This is just a quick video to talk you through lesson blogs and how we use them in our department and what we use them for. So what I've done now is just logged into the Blogger dashboard, so you can just see all the different blogs that we've got going. So I'm just going to talk you through some of the functions of them. So one of the first things is that we actually set ours to private. So it's a really easy function with Blogger. So you just go into the settings down here. And then you can just click here, so blog readers, and you can edit this so you can have anybody, only blog authors, so that's like completely private, and only these readers, which is the option that we go for. So we just grab the email address from our students that they want to register with Google, and then they can access it. And then here is blog authors, so if you're going to have more than one of you maybe accessing it, or if you already have a Blogger account, so you just want to be able to post to your college ones from there, this is like a really easy way to do it, and that's what we do. But we also have like a generic login, so our Calls and Visual Arts one is just so that everyone in the department can access it. This is the actual lesson blog, so this is one of the graphics ones. So we post lesson by lesson content for A-level graphics. So for every lesson there'll be a post up that will just sort of go through what we're doing. You know, sometimes lessons do overrun, so it'll be over 1 or 2 lessons, but we always kind of say that to the students. So if I just show you an example of a lesson post, so this is a contextual lesson that we did. So at the start of each post we'll always have like the lesson aims and objectives. So what's really great is that the students kind of get used to that, so they're always looking at it, and we always put it in the same place, in the same format at the start of the post. So we've always got those to refer to during the lesson. And then within the task we're able to just sort of share resources and things. So these are some images that the students needed to print out, so they could print those out just straight from the blog. We made some cool little videos that went with the lesson, so it was a contextual lesson, but they were looking at CD packaging, so I had a little video for them, which they could use throughout the lesson, just so that if they didn't have access to the actual CD and they needed to, you know, refer back to it, they could just watch the little video and get a bit of a insight of the music and whatnot. And then at the bottom here, so we've just got like a worksheet, so you can upload worksheets as well to the blog, which is great, and obviously then the students can download and print that out. And then we always pop the homework in at the bottom as well. So that's just a little example of, you know, how a sort of normal lesson looks. So these buttons along the top are other things that are kind of really key. So this is the project checklist that goes with that lesson, or that lesson's part of. We do this for each project, so there'll always be a different checklist kind of button depending on what the project is, but it means that the students can kind of refer back to something. So here we have each of the different tasks that they need to do for the project, and also be linking back, so drawing and mark making, for example. If a student had missed a lesson, this is where this becomes like an amazing thing for us. So if someone's been absent, they can find the lesson, so find the task, oh, drawing and mark making, I missed that, what do I need to do? And all of the resources are obviously here, so they can kind of complete the lesson independently if needed. Obviously it also means if students are behind on things, or if we've sort of said, actually you missed that part out, you know, they can always just refer back to those resources and just get them really easily. So it saves us time and it saves them time, and it also means they start to become a bit more independent with it. The other buttons that we link to at the top are just our visual arts blogs. This is just our public site, because obviously we've got resources on here so that they might want to access, so that's always great for them to be able to get to. And then Moodle, which is our college's e-learning platform, and you know, obviously we'll upload some resources to there as well, so some of those worksheets, for example, we'll have on there, so they've got a higher quality version if needed. And we do like assignment submissions via Moodle and things like that. So this was like an A-level blog, so it's obviously quite straightforward. There's only ever sort of one project going on at once. With some of the other courses, so something like the BTEC course, it is a bit more complicated because sometimes you've got different projects. So this is our BTEC Level 2 lesson blog. There's actually only one post on there at the moment, so a little intro post, because it's a 1-year course. We've got some new starters coming in September, so we don't want to have all of the content from this year on there. But also obviously much different to the A-level, because you always got like more than one project going on for a lot of the year. So our first 3 projects are photography, portrait and shoe. So we've got these 3 buttons, we've got these 3 little labels at the bottom here, so photography, portrait and shoe. What that means is if the students click on these buttons at the top, so if they just want to see the stuff in the portrait project lessons, they can just click on this tab here and it will filter it. Obviously at the moment we've only got like the one post on there. But once the content starts to go up, all they'll see is just those posts, so it means that they can really quickly filter between the stuff. Obviously the other function I can show you with this is we have actually got quite a lot of posts on here, so if you go back onto our dashboard and then click on posts, you can actually see here is a lot of other posts, so things like FMP, so this is the most recent stuff. So all of the posts that we've put up on there throughout this year, obviously we don't want the new students to see them in September, so what you can do is just select all and revert to draft, which is great because it means that we can all access it this year as well. So things like if you've got someone new coming to teach that course with you, or like staffing changes year to year, so you're not always teaching exactly the same thing. So if you wanted to sort of see what they've done in the previous years, you could say, oh okay, I can just go in and have a little look. So this was our exhibition review, this is the way they did it, okay cool, so I'll do something similar. You might need to adapt it, you might not need to, so you might be able to just post it straight away when it comes to it. But it's just great to be able to have access to all of that stuff and be able to access each other's resources. So okay, so that's it. That was our lesson blogs. I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into them. Thanks for listening.